You look at the other side. I mean, they've got the bash maybe from the treant, but that's about it. Kinetic field, I don't think counts as a stun. Spectre surely doesn't have a stun.
I think getting the wards kind of hurts because you can just get the DP can just kind of easily farm them, but I think this is more than likely a Death Prophet favored matchup, especially with the Bounty Hunter going to be roaming in and putting pressure. Right away, you see General.
Look at this now.
Claiming the Bounty Rune.
Yeah, getting 3 of the runes here. Nice little play from General. Can he get out, though? May cost him his life. The kinetic field's going to be there to trap him down. And as you can see, Spectre and Shoma the Slayer closing in on him.
Oh, the body blocks by Silent. Oh, they're going to get him here.
That's going to be a first blood. And going, of course, to the Spectre. Is tagged up as the Rio, so bottom lane. See if Silent can set something up here. Both him and Shoma the Slayer looking towards General there with the first kinetic field, but the cogs are down. Rio can't get in close enough to get involved with the action. And Vega Squadron actually losing their courier.
Saneko with the snipe in the mid lane. He was just sitting on the high ground and it does actually get killed.
Bottom lane. They'll go for the drag back. Viva healing himself up with the Shadow Word. The kinetic field drops down. He may just live it. Looks like Vega don't quite have the damage. Shoma the Slayer is thinking about diving this, but he has to be careful. He's taking a lot of fire in return. The living armor won't quite keep him alive, and in fact, he ends up giving away his life there. General being saved once again by the Warlock. He's ready to chase
on the bottom side, so they don't have that extra factor there. They do have some more levels of Shadow Word to at least heal up the clockwork, but not enough mana.
Silent is in a lot of trouble there. Saneko coming in with the Arcane Ring. 1-2, give it a third. That'll be a pickup there for Navi. So they will clean up and pretty big for the bounty, finding kills like that. Gives them a lot of XP in this early game. Top lane, Pikecat being dove upon. A couple of stripes stack up, but it's not enough to hold off. And the experience per minute. On our beautiful new feature there at the top right that we're going to have this Dream League. So you can constantly keep up with the progression between the sides. Mid lane, Saneko has been caught out here. Dendy will come over and try and provide a little bit of help. But Saneko, surely he can't save himself here. Will be glimpsed back into the range. The Sentry Ward and Vega do clean up.
Movement so far this game, just sitting between bottom and mid mostly. Of course, there's one rotation toward the top lane, but uh-oh, Silent, you're not in a good spot right there. Yeah. Does get the glimpse back, but the cogs trap him in already. He should be brought down.
If the living armor buys him enough time, it should not. With the shuriken to fly through, Saneko picks up the kill. Vega Squadron heading for the Spectre, who's out of mana. No chance to horn out such. Does have 8-1 charges, but it shouldn't be enough, I don't think, with the ultimate coming straight through, trying to run himself away. But the shuriken's there from Saneko and Navi. They find one. They may even find more here. Both Silent and Shoma being chased down. They haven't got the vision for Shoma, but he will reveal himself in the neighborhood. Will look to put some pressure onto the tower here with the Exorcism. A great rotation from Dendy.
Yeah, definitely unexpected as well, the way that they did it with that smoke, just because they were low. And then they shrined up and went straight for that gank potential. And we do see mid lane getting gone on by the Spectre. Haunt Viver is going to look to bite the bullet with that one.
Tries to make the pay for it with the Shadow Word, but indeed revealing Viver on his own. Pikecat actually going to find G, but oh, G, he's got a haste rune. He's going to love that. He's going to turn around and give Pikecat a bit of a bashing. And just taunt and kite out this Ursa. Likely to be able to kill him. He does have the ult and he's right by a shrine. But TP's coming through. Vega will back off, but forced the reaction from Viva. Elsewhere, Silent was able to, and Dendy in the neighborhood, unable to punish it. General does have the hook shot available. If he sees Shoma, Shoma's dead. But he doesn't have the vision for the tree, does have the vision for Silent. Straight in with the hook shot. Silent is out of mana, and he's also going to be out of luck almost certainly. The living armor, will it be enough to save him? No, it won't. He's out and down. In fact, Shoma has revealed himself here. Has to be careful. But it looks like they should find the trade onto General. The Rio chasing down with that Desolate damage will find General in a couple more picks. He looks for a deny, but won't quite make it to the creep camp.
Accepted his death to contest this. They can try, but it looks like it's going to be pretty tough to actually contest it.
So Life is going to head in. We'll see if we can go for any sort of fishing place. Oh, he managed to pick up the Aegis Afterlife. Snatches the Aegis straight out of the claws of Navi. And he's trying to walk it off here. He's still got the borrowed time. They'll drop the Golem onto the ulted Abaddon. And now Vega, they're on the retreat. General, hook shots forward, finds Shoma the Slayer. The Battery Assault, meaning there's no chance to cast the Overgrowth. And Navi, they are looking for more. The chase down onto G. They'll get the Earthshock to slow him down. Shields there from Afterlife. Isn't enough to save G and Navi. Get the Roshan. They'll get 2 seconds.
Saneko's going for it.
Or the snipe. Living armor's about to wear off. It's actually going to go straight in with the shuriken, but in fact with Static Storm drop, he may have just killed himself for that one, but he says worth it. It's a track kill. We'll take the gold. Heap speedy Death Prophet, and as mentioned by the panel, It's a little bit of a lack of lockdown. A lot of slows, but not straight up stuns that maybe they do need against elusive heroes. Like the DP on Navi. Move in with the hook shot straight away. General finds one. The static storm drop, but it's not going to do anything. It should be a guaranteed kill, especially on someone like G. G in a lot of trouble right now. Pycat, look at for the first jump out. Now she misses the initial earth shock, but they'll commit the golem for this one. He did get the poison nova off in time, so it's going to be a little bit annoying for Biver and Pycat. But they get the kill, and looks like they will be able to get out. Biver has to be a little careful with the walls up there on the high ground. Hastrian has been spotted out bottom though, so Navi can certainly look to go for something else, especially knowing that the Veno's off the map and Poison Nova
to be the first, do the first move, dictating the pace of the game quite nicely with their push, pseudo push lineup.
Oh, look at Pycat go, sees an option straight away to jump in onto the Disruptor. That up at this stage of the game. You know, 17 minutes into half the items that he has, he's going to be feeling very, very happy with himself. Bottom lane, bit of a play going on to Snake. They'll try with the track back, but actually not timing it to track him in the kinetic field. And now with the commitment from the rest of Navi, G's in trouble. He's surrounded by all of Navi. They'll beat down upon him.
Track money. He was finishing off the bottom tower, grabbing the arcane room, so he doesn't have the spirit siphon to chase people out. So do it. Whenever they go for those, they have to have the best heroes and proper hero setup. Afterlife finished his Radiance. He's getting gone on, but he's very
Radiance
tanky.
Bad, and I don't think you're killing this now. V General Sineko trying to commit, but they're just going to turn here. Vega Squadron. The Hawk comes through. They've already lost one, and this has been a pretty bad call for Navi unless they could turn it around with the Exorcism. Dendi turning back towards him, but Shoma the Slayer on the low ground with the Overgrowth holding Dendi back. The Poison Over being committed here on the DP. They will actually take down Afterlife finally on the Abaddon, and it looks like at the end of the day the Exorcism is too much still for Vega Squadron to fight into, despite what looked to be a fantastic start for them in that fight there. You know, Navi committing heavily onto the Abaddon, but it didn't matter. They're careful. Pycat thinking about chasing it down, but he won't commit. Wants to finish off Roche, and then we can certainly expect to see him go for some more aggressive plays. General, Rio, outside of the pit, holding back Vega Squadron, making sure that they can't get in to contest the Roche. He's there with the setup. Silent Afterlife trying to wrap in from the sideline. In fact, Vega, they are stopping Navi from getting away from this one, making it very hard for Pycat to commit on the burst. Yeah, finds the Disruptor on the sidelines, and now no Static Storm, no Kinetic Field, no Disruptor. General with the wraparound, trapping Vega Squadron in. Afterlife looking to turn, does have the borrowed time available again. General playing around on the backlines, actually takes down the Rio on the Spectre. Spectre's out and down. Does pay with his life, General, but absolutely worth it from there to kill the position 1 of Vega Squadron, allow Navi to get back in the pit, and this time...
G in mid lane, he's tracked up. Looks like they want to do an aggressive play on him. He is very alone.
They could commit the chaotic offering for this if they see necessary. He'll force himself back, jump forward from Pycat with the Earthshot. There's the Golems to follow up, and Navi again pick up 2. No chance for any sort of response to come out from Vega Squadron. Now clean up towards from G. Navi ready to move down the mid. This has been pretty phenomenal. 12,500 on both of them. A 10k gold lead at the moment for Navi as a whole. Mid lane, the Rio being spotted out straight in, but the Manta Star's there. He backs off. Navi now looking to reposition themselves. Exorcism still unavailable for a good amount of time. They'll go in here with the 2-man Poison Nova. Zaneko will be the first to fall. Dendi uses himself up, but he cannot save it from the onslaught that Vega bring. Quite funny Biver though. Will get himself out with a clutch Shadow Word TP away. Vega Squadron, they get to the ultimates this time, coming together perfect. On smoke, Navi made the call to try and catch Vega off with this one, but Vega, they've already got the high ground here. They head up to the better position. There'll be a bit of a go onto the Rio, but he's already out of there. Manta's away up to the high ground.
The flank on the back
Let's
line.
see if they can get the good wrap around. They get the trap onto the Warlock, so there's going to be no Golem. In comes the Haunt from Rio. They focus Viva first, but he gets the Golem off before he goes down. Now Dendi and Pycat moving forward. Pycat had just finished off the BKB, but already Navi, they've lost two. Dendi being surrounded, gone on by Afterlife, and Shimmer the Slayer. The bash comes through from the tree, and do they have the damage to bring him down? He'll Yules himself up. Can Dendi keep himself alive? The Octarine is trying to do its best, but it's not enough heals. Navi, they lose a 4.
The bait, they get set up on from the back line. Viver gets a late rock out, not his fault. He just got grabbed up by the nice rotation coming out from Vega. And Silent. He wanted to recover that gem, but Pycat was there ready for it. And
to allow Navi to turn it around. Pycat's into the pit. They can get the Aegis. This certainly will sort of give Navi this next extra chance to go for a push. They'll pick up the cheese as well. Hook from General. See if we can find anything here. So Shoma the Slayer's already on his way out. General will come hunting for him. They know he's around in the neighborhood, and they've got the dust onto Viva. So Shoma will be surrounded. He'll pop the Overgrowth, try and kite Navi up, but being chased into the corner, he'll almost certainly go down. Pycat goes in to finish off. Dendi will get the kill secure.
And like you said, they've got the Aegis. This is the
time.
They've got to go. They have to just keep
Oh no, wait, the gem's still there. No, we just saw on the obs. The gem is still there.
Okay, so they bought their own. Yeah, I didn't think that they actually took it, so.
They didn't realize the gem was dropped.
That's weird when they were all like fighting him as well. Not really expecting something like that.
Here's the go for Navi. Exorcism committed for this one. Afterlife already back up to the high ground. Dendi trying to get in range to get some damage done to this tower. He's being held back by the Venomancer. Snako trapped up here in the field. Pycat commits though with the BKB in the enrage. Takes down the Disruptor. Only dead though for 20 seconds with that respawn talent. He's going to be back for this defense. And now the Exorcism is getting close to the end of its duration. Dendi backs up. The tier 3, again, it was damaged, but it wasn't taken down. So Shoma the Slayer is going to be there with the heal. The tower's going to be fine, and now the killing begins for Vega Squadron. They find Snako, and in fact, he's tracked himself. The use of the Lotus Orb there, causing the bounty to spell his own death. They've trapped up Pycat here on the Ursa, as now it's Vega just moving on for kill after kill. You have the vision here for Pycat. Speed, he's out of there with the dagger. Very hard for Navi to chase General. Maybe thinking about going for a hook shot. He's looking for the opening, and he will actually get the connection onto G. Looking to push him back with the close. No, he goes forward. He's managed to catch two, but in fact, they just turn him, and the BKB and the Blade Mail is not going to save General. General ripped to pieces. The Poison Nova coming out in time. Pycat will finish off the Venom with the Earth Shock. So it's a 1-for-1 at the moment. 80 seconds without G. Afterlife being chased down, but the Static Storm's there, holding to Navi back. Pycat moves on forward with the BKB, gets the bash onto Afterlife, but the borrowed time is still there for the Abaddon. Afterlife on the retreat. Dendi has the Exorcism out and ready to go. They need to do...
Those things just start adding up a little bit throughout the game. But yeah, Afterlife is going to be getting pretty monstrous. He's getting close to that Octarine too. And oh man, Viver just gets killed so quickly.
This Spectre just rips them apart. Can Dendi even get away from this? He's slowed down by the Diffusal. The Solar Crest is not going to be enough to chase it to him. They throw down the cheese, but they cannot keep this Death Prophet alive.
Being able to have the multiple daggers, you're always able to be phasing, getting the back lines. It's just a much better selection that they can go for. Top lane.
Top lane, look to make it go on to Afterlife. They need Pycat, and they do have him. They'll bring him in. Afterlife looking to get himself out of there with the Lotus Orb and the borrowed time, but Pycat, Snake, and Dendi on the chase down. But look at this, Vega Squadron already swooping around. General will try and hold them back with the cog block. Gale did connect. Shoma the Slayer and G looking for blood. Navi on the way back. There's the Horn, though, ready to set things up. The Rio going straight in, looking for the wall up, but the turnaround's there. They'll drop the Golem. General hooks in. BKB's been popped. They trapped up Shoma the Slayer, but it looks like he just doesn't care. Walks his way out of there. The Spectre now going ham as Pycat being focused down towards the south. Double kill for the Rio, and he's not done yet. Dendi now the next focus. Has the Exorcism out there, but it looks like it's not going to be enough damage to get the kills. Silent and Afterlife turn towards him, bring him down. The gem's been dropped, and now with the glimpse back onto General. Vega Squadron, they're not done yet. They'll pick up the Clockwork as well. And again, another though, as they make a beeline straight towards the Roche pit. And we'll see what they can get away with this. They need a miraculous team fight, and they'll be a little too late by the looks of it. Roshan already falling. Aegis has been picked up by the Rio, and he's ready to go. Looks towards Biver, but Biver gets himself up to the high ground with the Glimmer Cape. They'll just turn towards Dendi, and Dendi gets ripped to pieces. No buyback, of course, now for the Death Prophet, down for 100 seconds. And at this point, can they hold with just 4 heroes? Straight onto the tower, and indeed, absolutely melting with this siege power the Vega Squadron have built themselves up to.
Middle barracks.
And the middle racks will fall. Bottom lane, Pycat looking to put a bit of split pressure on. But nowhere near going to have the same amount of pressure and power that Vega can put in as a team. As they head towards the second set of racks. Won't be able to get the Megas. There is still a tier 2 standing for Navi on that bottom lane. And with Pycat forcing that lane all the way back round to Vega's base, will certainly be a bit of certainly going to happen. Navi will buy themselves some time to stay in the game. Pycat is going to jump in on this one. Finishes off the tier 3. Could get punished though. TPs are coming through. Shaman the Slayer looking for the setup. Pycat, is he going to be speedy enough to get out? He will be. With the Silver Edge.
Change it too much, but it is quite good. It's great versus the Ursa. It's just always a good item pickup.
Oh, Pycat finds G, but immediately the Static Storm dropped down in response. The Chaotic Offering is there, but it's just not enough. Poison over, G throws it out, and he's still at max health here, surviving through this all. Navi now being forced back. Piver the first to be taken down, and now here comes the Rio. Moving in onto the fight. A good 4-man silence from Dendi, but will it buy them time to turn around? Pycat looks back towards the Spectre, bringing the Rio down low, but they've already killed off Dendi. They'll turn towards Pycat, pick up a third and a fourth. As the Lightning procs come through, none of these 4 heroes having buyback available. And at this point, you've just got to imagine that Navi are probably talking over what went wrong and looking to go into game 2. And indeed, there we have it. The GG finally comes out from Navi as Vega Squadron take it with incredible power here in the late game. And at the end of the day, you know, Navi just with a draft that had its strengths. We saw it at the start.
Yeah.
They had a strong beginning. It just